Okay, it's Halloween, so I think now is the great time to watch some scary animes that would bring shivers into my bones and will keep me awake all night. Welcome to Mieruko-chan. Hi sisters! The show starts with this girl running into her apartment because she's being chased by some unknown entity. She locks the door and spooky stuff happens, where her microwave turns on by itself, and we see Sadako coming out of the fridge instead of the TV. And that whole sequence was just a show in the TV, and we see our protagonist Hatsune Miko. She brushes her teeth and saw this handprint in the glass and she wipes it.
Foreshadowing, everybody!
She goes to school where her big titty friend greets her from the back and her name is Hana. They talk about these cute keychains, then this edgy bitch interrupts their conversation and she just walks away like an NPC. After the class, she eats lunch with her BFF, and the bitch talks about how she wakes up 3 o'clock in the morning because she's hungry.
Hungry? Grab a Snickers!
And how her lights always flickers, and how her clock keeps pausing in the 3 a.m. mark. So if you morons don't get it, these are the signs that your house is haunted basically. Just watch 3 a.m. videos on YouTube, there's plenty of them. Anyway, she goes to the toilet to take number 1, and she heard a loud noise in the other toilet but she ignores it. They head home and this big titty girl says goodbye, and she noticed that her keychain was gone. She goes back to the school to look for it, and she found it under the teacher's table. As she gets the keychain, a shadow figure runs across the hallway. She heads to the bus stop and texted her BFF about her location. Then her phone gets possessed, and she saw this fat ass Discord mode ghost, or my man Gintoki likes to call it. She ignores the Discord mode and it leaves away.
So long, Bowser!
She then shits herself because she saw a stand for the very first time. She heads home and saw this handprint again, but this time the ghost of Jeffrey Epstein is standing right behind.
Could you please give us your name? Jeffrey Epstein.
Get it? Stand? Fuck, I'm lame. She ignores Jeffrey Epstein and gets some salt to repel him, but it didn't work because he was underneath her blanket the whole time, ready to molest her.
Rape!
But luckily he's a ghost and he didn't do anything.
Whoa, that's a genuinely shocking fact.
She goes to school the next morning and she was greeted by Hannah and this Anne Franklin ghost. She ignores it and it goes away.
Don't care.
They go to the locker room where a little fan service happens, and they talk about a severed head ghost, and of course it's there and she ignores it.
Don't care.
They go back to their classroom where this tentacle pedophile ghost keeps clinging onto Hannah Montana's tits. And she made it evolve by spraying some alcohol on it. She got scared because the pedophile ghost was about to molest her, but it jumps away as soon as this hot nurse MILF shows up. Well, I would do the same thing if there's a hot MILF around. The pair goes home to buy some donuts and they saw the edgy bitch from episode 1. She lines up but she's in the wrong line. Hannah then pulls her and calls her attention, and she thanks her because she almost lined up to get eaten by Nico Kado Avocado's fat ghost. After buying some donuts, they saw this stray cat along with this ghost. Then Hannah posts the cat on Twitter for adoption. As they wait in the park, she bumps into Yakuza Jason Statham. Then this fuckboy shows up to adopt the cat, but Miko stops him because he's a stand user. The fuckboy leaves and Miko gave the cat to Jason Statham. From now on, I'll call the ghost Stans because it's funnier and I love Gintama. The next day starts where she goes to meet up with Hannah. She rides this bus and of course a stand keeps messing with her.
Oh shit!
She arrives in the cafe place where she saw this fuckboy number 2, and of course he's a stand user. The stand gets mad because she thought that Miko was into the fuckboy, but she pretends to watch WWE and ignore the stand.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
Hannah arrives and the fuckboy calls her attention, but she ignores him and the fuckboy's GF is also a stand user. She bought some stand repellent bracelets and gave some to Hannah. Then they go to this alleyway to buy some snacks, and there's a lot of stands in this road.
Oh hell no!
The pair walks in and surprisingly the bracelet works. As she keeps going, the bracelet's broke, but she mustered up the courage to do it. Then we cut to the edgy bitch stalking this coat shop. Then this old woman scams this fat ass lady with a weak ass bracelet.
Fatty! Fatty, 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 big fat pig!
The pair shows up to buy some stronger bracelets. Miko tried one but it can't handle her powers.
Girl power?
The old woman gave her the strongest bracelet for free but it still wasn't enough. The pair heads home and the suicidal stand stops following her. The next episode starts where she watches true horror stories along with her brother. She goes out to buy some drinks and she drops the coin underneath this vending machine and she saw this tiny old man stand. She follows it because she thought it's cute and she saw this huge stand.
What the hell is even that?
She starts pissing herself as she gets her coin, but luckily she was saved by the crow who gets her coin and she comes back empty-handed. The next day comes where the little brother stalks Miko because she's acting sus and she might have a boyfriend, and he says, "No matter what, I need to protect my sister. I need to keep the bloodline pure." He stalks her all the way to the library, and he thought that she was reading a perverted book.
I got a boner!
She goes home to take a bath and saw this stand, and of course her brother purposely walks in and she says that she will wash his back to avoid getting scared and give a little incest fan service.
Brother,
Miko then clarified that she doesn't have a boyfriend so that they can keep the bloodline pure. The next day comes where her whole family becomes a stand user. She decides to go to school without eating, but she remembered her expired pudding and she gives it to her dad. Oh my god, what a plot twist. Her dad was dead the whole time. Now that's scary. Wait, which means her mom is single?
Yeah, boy.
Oh hell yeah. We cut to this flashback of the edgy bitch and her name is Yulia, where she goes to this old cult lady and she asks her to become her apprentice.
Knowledge.
Because she's a stand user ever since she was a kid and her goal is to become the greatest witch doctor of all time. She goes back to the old lady but her store was closed, and this old man explains that those two bitches were her last customers just before she got bankrupt, and she noticed that Miko is also a stand user. The next day comes where she confronts Miko in the PE room and she tells her that she's also a stand user and she's been stalking her for days to confirm it.
Confirmed. Trips ass confirmed.
She asked Miko if she can see these dwarf stands, but Miko keeps
Don't
denying
care.
it so that she won't attract the tentacle stand behind her. But the loli keeps insisting and uses her repellent bracelet and it broke. They were about to get possessed.
お前はもう死んでいる。何？
But Miko uses her big beautiful brain and chokeholds the loli to escape the situation. What the fuck, she immediately proceeds to the nuclear option, man. Anyway, the loli wakes up in the nurse's office and Miko tells her that sometimes you just need to ignore the things you see. We then jump where Miko goes home after buying some underwears and she helps this old woman with Alzheimer's go home. Then a stand in their back keeps telling her a sequence of numbers.
700 billion and $1,300 billion.
And she lets the old woman see it. The old woman goes inside and unlocks the safe, and with that her Alzheimer's was gone, and the stand thanks her for her help. That's it guys, the cure to Alzheimer's is a stand user. We skip to a few days later where Hannah dressed up and goes to the city, and we see this stand using her radiation as a grill by cooking some small stands and eating them.
Nice.
She then stumbles onto this crying kid because his pathetic dog ran into the abandoned building. She musters up the courage to find the dog, and of course the stand is still following her having a full course meal. She found the dog and goes on to meet up with Miko, and she saw the stand. Miko leads her to an old shrine to expel the stand and the pair proceeds to pray.
Force, please leave us alone.
Then this two midget stand shows up and proceeds to fight the demon stand. Oh my god, this is literally like JoJo, where only stand users can see other stands fight. Anyway, the two stands put up a good fight but they were easily devoured like sausage rolls. But this goat stand shows up and finishes the job, and it says 3 times or something to Miko, and it leaves with a gush of wind. The next day comes where the loli approaches the bear and she compliments Hannah's photography skills so that she can easily get close to Miko and learn her abilities. The trio goes to this abandoned tunnel deep in the mountains. They go inside and Miko removes some rocks stuck underneath her shoes, and the loli overanalyzes the situation and thought that Miko is putting up a barrier. Hannah took some pictures.
Say hamburger.
Then this giant barrel stand shows up. Miko tries his best to warn Hannah and make her stay away from the stand, but the stand keeps getting bigger and bigger by consuming other stands. Meanwhile, the loli can see this barrel stand and she overanalyzes the situation again, and she thought that Miko is exorcising them. The stand keeps getting bigger and they were about to get devoured, but luckily her stand from the last episode protected her. The trio goes home and the loli finally found some new friends who accepts her. The next day comes where she goes shopping along with his brother for her mom's birthday. They saw stands everywhere as per, and as they ride this train they saw this Jason stand asking people to find other stands hiding on them.
Here's Johnny.
And Miko manages to do a poker face when it was her turn getting axed. Wait, where the fuck are your stands? Use them for fuck's sake. The next day comes where the pair says goodbye to their pregnant teacher because she's going on maternity leave. She then noticed this ghost clinging to the baby and she says, "Sensei, be careful on your pregnancy because there's a stand manifesting onto your baby." Oh sure, because actually this isn't my first pregnancy. I aborted my first baby because Cartman needed some stem cells for his research and I helped him, and I also needed the money. funny.
You're gonna love these fetuses, Larry. They're top notch.
The next day comes where the substitute teacher walks in and it's the fuckboy cat stand user. Lunch break starts and the pair buys some food. Then Hana left her alone in the hallway because she forgot something. She saw the teacher stand user and she ran away to the bathroom. She avoids a stand and saw the lolly eating alone. She then invites her to eat lunch with them from now on in order to strengthen their friendship. Then the trio goes to this haunted house to earn some free donuts. They do some horror shenanigans and Miko was finally able to tell a stand to get the fuck away from her and it worked.
Get away from me! Why are you chasing me?
The next episode starts of the teacher fuckboy receiving some leftovers from this cougar and she tells him that there's a lot of missing cats lately. He then takes the food and thanks her but he immediately throws it into the trash.
That is fucking disgusting.
We cut to the school where the teacher fuckboy calls out Miko to read a passage and this stand keeps telling her to not look at him. She was about to piss herself but Hana isn't feeling well and she takes her to the nurse's office. The lolly follows them and she explains to Hana about her low spirit energy because of the teacher fuckboy but she immediately changes what she said because Hana isn't a stand user. Miko tries to ask her about this spirit energy but she runs away because she thought that she's getting a chokehold again. We cut to the pair relaxing at the park. Then Miko waved back at this boy but it was a stand all along.
You just got pranked, bro.
It tries to attack her but she was protected by her stands. The stands gave her a middle finger and leaves. Then Miko realizes that she's only getting protected by them 3 times. We then see this flashback of the teacher fuckboy where his mother has the vaginal strength of an Iron Maiden, where she wants the fuckboy to be perfect and will only love her.
Why did you leave me?
And this started his kink for cats. We cut back to school where Miko stalks the fuckboy into this area where he was about to molest a cat, Shane Dawson style. But Miko saves the cat and runs away, but she stumbles as she climbed the stairs.
I've fallen and I can't get up!
Then we see this magic bullshit where he walks faster than the speed of light and immediately catches up to her. The cat runs away from Miko's hand and was about to get decapitated by a car. But the fuckboy jumps in to save it. We then continue the flashback of the fuckboy, developing his love for cats and tries to hide it from her mother. Then one day the cat was missing because her mother made Aisho Spit ate it. Then we cut back to the hospital where Miko thanks him for saving the cat and they talk about why would he risk his life for a cat. Then his fat ass best friend arrives to check up on him. The fat ass explains to Miko about the fuckboy's past, where his mother was a dictator with the vaginal strength of an Iron Maiden and this is the reason why he won't adopt a cat. Miko goes back to the fuckboy and tells him to adopt the cat when he gets out of the hospital. He's reluctant to the idea but Miko insisted. Then she triggers the stand and calls it out for being a bitch.
Oh, you wanna get fucked up? You wanna get...
She runs to the hallway and she was saved by her stands. What the fuck? Why would you run? It's not like he can see the stands fighting or anything. Anyway, the stand tries to go back to him but she got finished off.
Fatality.
Hana and the lolly arrive to check up on him and the cat stands finally turns white and goes to heaven. We skip to a week later where he got released from the hospital and is now ready to adopt a cat.
Cheeto, kiss daddy.
We then see him internalizing what Miko said and tells the cougar to stop acting like a hooker on him.
God damn.
Wow, his backstory isn't even that creepy. I thought he was like Ted Bundy or something. Instead of murdering teenage girls, he murders some pussy, you know. Anyway, we see him catch Shane Dawson here who was about to rape a cat.
Stop it. Get some help.
And we see Miko and the girls enjoying their newfound friendship and this stands watching over them. And that's the end of the anime. This anime gets a paranormal activity out of a Ghostbusters.
Bustin' makes me feel